No one helped the Chinese billionaire until the janitor greeted her in Chinese. Eleanor Zhang had built an empire. Back in Beijing, her name opened doors. Her technology company employed thousands. Board meetings, press conferences, international deals. She navigated them all with confidence. But standing in the gleaming lobby of the Riverside's corporate tower in downtown Seattle, she felt smaller than she had in 30 years. Her phone had died somewhere over the Pacific. Her contact, Mr. Harrison, wasn't answering the front desk calls, and her English, usually adequate, seemed to crumble under the weight of exhaustion and frustration. I need... Mr. Harrison. Technology floor. She tried again with the receptionist. The young woman barely glanced up. You need a badge to go upstairs. Is someone coming down for you? He knows I come. I have meeting.
Right.
Well, you'll have to wait until someone escorts you. Eleanor moved to the visitors area. She sat carefully, her expensive luggage beside her, and watched the world move around her as though she weren't there. Executives swept past with their coffees and briefcases. Delivery workers hurried through. A group of young professionals laughed together by the elevators. Everyone belonged here. Everyone except her. 2 hours crawled by. Her stomach ached with hunger. Her head throbbed from the time change. She'd flown halfway around the world to finalize a partnership that would secure her company's future. But right now, she couldn't even get past the lobby. She closed her eyes, fighting back the exhaustion, the loneliness, the strange feeling of being utterly lost. Ni hao. The voice you selected does not support this language. Please click the upper right corner to switch to another voice. Eleanor's eyes opened. A woman stood before her wearing a custodian's uniform, her dark hair pulled back, her face lined with years of hard work and kindness. She had spoken in Mandarin. Hello? You look very tired for the first time in hours. Eleanor felt her throat tighten with emotion. Shidi, she whispered. Yes, the woman smiled gently. What's your Rose? Rose. Chen. The voice you selected does not support this language. Please click the upper right corner to switch to another voice. Her name was Rose Chen, and she had cleaned offices in this building for 18 years. She set down her supplies and sat beside Eleanor, listening as the whole story poured out: the missed connection, the dead phone, the feeling of being invisible in a foreign place. Rose nodded with understanding. I know this feeling, she said quietly in Mandarin. When I first came to America, I was invisible too. For a long time, she stood. Stay here. I will help you. Rose disappeared down a hallway. 15 minutes later, she returned with a warm sandwich from the employee cafeteria, a bottle of water, and a phone charger. Behind her walked a surprised-looking businessman, David Harrison himself. Mrs. Zhang? I'm terribly sorry. There was a mix-up with the schedule. I had you down for tomorrow. Please, forgive me. But Eleanor was looking at Rose, who was quietly gathering her cleaning cart. Tin Dung Isa, Eleanor said softly. Please wait. She stood and took Rose's hand. Thank you. Not just for the food or finding Mr. Harrison. Thank you for seeing me. For speaking to me like a person. Do you understand? You made me visible again. Rose squeezed her hand. We are both far from home, she said simply. We must take care of each other. The business meeting went well. The partnership was signed. But before Eleanor left Seattle, she made sure to find Rose again. They sat together in the lobby cafe, two women speaking the language of home, sharing tea. How long have you worked here? Eleanor asked. 18 years. Good job, steady. What did you do in China? Before you came here? Rose smiled sadly. I was a teacher, literature, but here my credentials meant nothing. So I cleaned, and I raised my children, and that was enough. Eleanor was quiet for a moment. Then she said, would you consider something else now? I need someone in my Seattle office. Someone who understands both cultures. Someone who knows how to see people. I cannot pay you what you're worth, but I can pay you much more than this. Rose's eyes filled with tears. I am 62 years old. Then you have wisdom. That is exactly what I need. 6 months later, Rose Chen became the cultural liaison for Eleanor's American operations. She helped new Chinese employees feel welcome. She taught American staff about respect and dignity across cultures. She made people visible. Eleanor would tell this story for years afterward. She would tell it to her grandchildren, to her employees, to anyone who would listen. She would say that success is not just about building companies or making money. It is about remembering what it feels like to be invisible, and then choosing every day to see others. The greatest business lesson she ever learned came not from Harvard or from boardrooms, but from a janitor in a Seattle lobby who chose kindness when it mattered most, a simple greeting in someone's native language, a sandwich, a moment of genuine care. These small things, Eleanor learned, are not small at all. They are everything. They are what connect us across all the distances between countries, between languages, between one human heart and another. And sometimes, the most valuable thing we can offer another person is simply this: to see them, to really see them, and to say, in whatever language they understand best, you are not alone. We live in a world that measures success in numbers and titles, but the truest measure of a life well lived is simpler than that. It is the kindness we offer when no one is watching, the dignity we give to those the world overlooks, the moment we choose to see someone who has been invisible for far too long. These are the moments that change us. These are the moments that matter most.